Welcome everyone to Dad's on Wrestling for this Thursday, whatever day this is.
This is Thursday.
It is Thursday. I don't know what day it is. I'm all looped around because I've been traveling so much and I'm tired and the whole house is sick pretty much, so we're all kind of loopty-loopty.
That's right.
But we're having fun.
Trying to.
And we couldn't decide what we were going to talk about this week on Dad's because, you know, we cover it all on this show.
That's right.
But we decided to actually stick to topical. Talk about what's going on the television shows.
Mainly because a certain somebody that was supposed to do topical yesterday didn't do her homework and everything, so we figured we would fill that void this week.
We'll try to.
I know I'm number one, Jade. Thank you. Put that finger away before your boy sees it and figures out how to do it. So anyways, topical wrestling.
So
let's start with TNA Impact.
And then we'll move on to SmackDown. SmackDown, Natalya farted.
The Law Laurinaitis storyline advanced.
Yes.
And that's about all I remember.
Yeah,
it was that monumental of an episode,
right.
Seriously.
Yeah. They started the storyline with Kane and Orton.
Yes, okay.
So that actually is something...
Which for some reason they're going to do tomorrow night on SmackDown instead of giving it to us on WrestleMania.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm sure it'll end up building to a match of Mania anyways. You know, someone will come out and interfere.
Yeah.
Or it'll be a DQ something.
Because Kane is crazy. We'll see what happens on SmackDown tomorrow night. But in the meantime, we had Raw Monday night, and
which was epic and electrifying. And The Rock brought it like he always does. You need to stop getting out. Get off The Rock's haterade.
No. And
admit when he does funny stuff. A lot of people are getting on you for hating on The Rock so hard. Like, seriously. And I know you don't care.
I don't care. Yeah.
But it's true. You do. You're not objective when it comes to The Rock's promos. You're just on F The Rock, F him in his A, and Dwayne can go bye-bye. And you can't give the devil his due when he does do something funny. His history lessons were hilarious. Personally, my favorite was the Boston Tea Party one, where he showed the freaking garden gnome of John Cena's. He was throwing the T-shirt. The Wonder Woman bracelets made him look like a transvestite.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the John Cena cologne, which smelled like fear, Fruity Pebbles, and possum piss.
Not monkey piss like it would have been back in the day.
That's right.
Possum piss.
How could you tell me that's not funny? Seriously.
I don't know. I watched it on Monday, and my brother was rolling on the floor laughing.
Exactly, because it was funny.
I was just like, okay.
You have gone so far down the C-Nation road.
That's not true at all. I've gone down far down the Rock hate path. The Dwayne hate path. I don't mind The Rock.
Well, The Rock is who was there Monday, and you're hating on.
That's not true. Dwayne.
That was The Rock.
Yeah, I disagree. Last time we saw The Rock, he wasn't so much of a hater before he came back last year. JJ tried. Give him credit for trying. But no.
I'm sorry. That was The Rock to me. And it was entertaining.
Or just throw it out. Yeah.
That was more Dwayne.
Yeah.
Talking about the promos.
Okay, I will give the history lessons.
We haven't got to the final encounter into the ring yet.
Okay, I will give the history lessons their due. If you're a current Rock fan, if you hate on John Cena like is the norm, like is the cool hip thing to do, kids, they were funny.
Okay, but if it's the cool hip thing to do, then it's been the cool hip thing to do for 7 years.
Exactly.
Trends don't usually last that long.
Yeah. When it comes to John, they do, because John hasn't changed his persona on TV. He's just now changing back slowly, it seems like. But we'll get to that later.
Yes.
Then you had a U.S. title match.
New U.S. champion.
Put your trombone away. Seriously.
Master of the Cobra. Santino Marella. And again, here's another part where we disagree. While I am not the hugest Santino fan in the world, it's like, I think he does his gimmick and his comedy role good.
Which he does, yes.
I have often compared him to taking up the slack that was left behind from Kurt Angle when he left. Because Santino is actually a really good wrestler when you get away and peel away all the gimmick.
Right.
And he's got no problem playing that comedy shtick. But when he needs to get serious, he can get serious. They just haven't used him seriously.
Problem is, Kurt Angle's finisher was an angle slam or ankle lock that would break your ankle.
Right.
Santino, the serious wrestler, after you peel away the layers, his finisher's a goddamn Cobra Strike.
But it didn't used to be.
No, but it is now.
It is now, but it didn't used to be.
I remember what his finisher was before the Cobra. I have no idea.
I'd have to look it up on Wiki.
Yeah,
Stat Boy! Do some research.
It
Post it in the comment box. What was Santino's finisher before the Cobra?
That's right.
But anyways, as bummed as I am that Swagger lost the belt, because I do like Swagger, I'm not all that upset that Santino got it. Because at the end of the day, I know it's transitional.
It will be.
I know that it's probably going to end up getting dropped to somebody else more worthy of it. So I'm
Should be tomorrow night on SmackDown.
So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
All right. We saw Kane against somebody whose name escapes me at the moment, but it didn't matter because Kane won, and Orton came down and furthered the storyline for tomorrow night by RKOing Kane and saying it's good to be back after Kane welcoming him back on Friday night last week. So we saw that. They should make that WrestleMania. They really should take that to WrestleMania because Kane's got nothing to do. Orton's got nothing to do. There's no Money in the Bank to put him in since Barrett's shoulder got blocked.
Let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Money in the Bank is not going to be at WrestleMania because of Wade Barrett's injury. Wade Barrett was penciled in to be the winner.
Apparently, this is all PW Insider stuff. So we don't know for sure.
But at least PW Insider is more reliable than those other websites.
That's where other websites get their information. Is Insider or the Wrestling Observer.
So no Money in the Bank now.
Yeah. So what do you have all these,
all
what do you have, 6, 8,
mid-card
10 guys do? Yeah, seriously. They're screwed. They had no Spotomania coming up in 4 weeks or 3 weeks now. They're out of it.
Now I'm hearing that they're going to either put the Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. Or they're going to do the December pay-per-view and have Money in the Bank.
Alright.
Since the original Money in the Bank pay-per-view has already been allocated to something else now.
Unless they go back on that and fix that back too.
Which at this point I hope they don't.
I hope so, yeah. Money in the Bank was a good concept. There's no doubt about that. Money in the Bank pay-per-view is a good concept. But the problem is
too many briefcases floating around.
Too many briefcases floating around. You should have one briefcase that can float to either show.
Yes.
That way you just never know what's going to happen. Just like the Rumble winner. You never know who they're going to pick.
I totally agree. The only way I'd like to see 2 briefcases is if they did it with the women, but there's not enough women to pull off a decent Money in the Bank match. They used to have it.
Yeah.
They don't anymore.
Yeah. Men's briefcase, women's briefcase. I like that. That's good. But, do we really want to see anybody besides Natalya cash in on Beth? Do we really want to see any of that?
Karma.
When she comes back from whatever's going on with her, because it sucks.
Well, I've been reading up about that too.
I have too. I still want to go to,
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that one because it sucks. But read online, you know what's going on with.
When she comes back, she'll start whooping that butt, no question. But she needs to deal with what she's dealing with right now.
Yes.
So,
I have a feeling though that she will be back probably right after Mania.
Maybe.
Because the Raw after WrestleMania has made for numerous debuts and returns
and everything. Yeah, that's true. Very true. But then we get to the crux of what Raw was about Monday night.
Triple H and Undertaker.
That's true.
Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee now.
Got Shawn Michaels shirt. It's the only shirt I have of the 3 of them. My Undertaker shirt's still in the wash. I don't have Triple H shirt either. Not surprised at all that Shawn's involved directly.
Now, the question that's going around the internet is this too much? You've already got Triple H versus Undertaker 3. That on its own.
Three.
That on its own is monumental enough to build a match and a storyline around.
Yes.
Then you've got the confines of Hell in a Cell. And that makes it even more intriguing.
Yes.
Does the addition of Shawn Michaels as the referee make it too much?
Yes. I think so. But I am still intrigued.
We all are.
I still can't wait to see what happens
Totally.
on April 1st. What will Shawn do? Will Shawn
has been known for screwing people when he's refereeing.
Yes.
Whether intentionally or unintentionally.
Yes. So will Shawn sacrifice his buddy for the sake of his own legacy?
That's right. Undertaker and Dwayne know all too well what Shawn Michaels can do when he's refereeing.
So does Edge.
Yeah.
And that was intentional, no matter what Shawn will say. So we'll see what happens. I can't wait till Monday night when Undertaker and Shawn Michaels come face to face.
Yes.
That should be interesting. That'll probably tell us more about where the direction of Shawn Michaels' referee gig is going.
I'm curious if they'll tap into this because they've surprised us lately in pulling up stuff from the past to be motives. You know, like when excuse me, when Punk and the Nexus started going after Orton.
Yep.
And they dug up that footage from a couple years before when Legacy had attacked Punk.
Yep, I remember.
I wonder if when Undertaker and Shawn come face to face, they will dig up that SummerSlam '97 footage and show what happened the last time Shawn guest refereed a match that the Undertaker was in.
Yep.
That would be very interesting.
And then Undertaker can pull up the last time Shawn Michaels refereed a Triple H match.
Mm-hmm.
When he super kicked The Rock's teeth down his throat. Undertaker would be like, "What will you do now, Shawn? What will you do now?"
Seriously.
Speaking of The Rock,
Well,
John,
you're actually going to speak of him?
I am.
Will it be at least somewhat objective and maybe a little favorable?
I will try.
Okay.
Jeff
Meacham, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. John Cena came out and did his thing about, he's going to call it The Rock and, respond to the history lessons. Rock came out, did a lot of talking, claimed he was going to rip Cena's throat out, called Cena his bitch, and then stormed off. John didn't say a word. Did not say a word. And everybody thought, Rock pumped Cena out again. And then before Rock could even really get his shoes off in the back, John laid into him pretty good. And, and showed that he is not scared. He's laughing at The Rock the whole time that he was in his face, which was funnier than heck to me. And then did this whole little pose thing at the end with the music playing and went out to the ringside and saw his wife and saw his dad and all that happy stuff, and then Rob went off the air. So, people are saying back and forth, advantage Rock because, Rock, called him a bitch and, could rip his throat out and the whole thing. And people are saying advantage Cena because Cena, showed no fear and, just basically just tore him down verbally. I say advantage neither.
Okay.
We are, at that time, 4 weeks out. Less than 4 weeks out at that time. And both of them are neck and neck. No question about it.
And I've read online that The Rock is scheduled to appear at the next 3 Raws leading up to Mania. He will be there every week.
Good.
So we can't hear none of this, via satellite hatred from you now.
Nope, you can't. You're right. But you will get the ultimate Jeff jumps off the haterade of The Rock when The Rock sticks around after April 1st.
Okay.
If The Rock sticks around for more than a week after April 1st, I will renounce my hatred of The Rock because he's actually sticking around. He'll be at WrestleMania 29.
Now, will he have to be there every week?
Not every single week, no, but more often than he was this year.
Well, depends on how many movies he's got lined up. You can't you've got to take into consideration that the acting thing is now his 9 to 5, and the wrestling is his hobby. And I know that's not the way it used to be, and that's part of why you dislike him.
Yeah.
But he's moved on a little bit. As long as he makes time to give back to the fans that put him where he is, you know, like you said, maybe a little bit more often than he did this year, but you can't expect him there every week or even once a month.
Once
now
a month is not
ringing.
The bat phone's ringing, and neither one of us is going to get it this time.
No.
Let it ring.
Exactly.
Hello,
sorry, Commissioner, we are busy.
It is not even for us anyway. It is the newspaper in Orange County.
That's right.
So,
we live in L.A. County.
We live in LA
Stop
County.
trying to sell us newspapers.
We don't want your newspaper.
But anyways,
Press,
you can't
press
expect him
telegram
to be
for life, brother.
You can't expect him to be there every week. You can't even expect him to be there once a month.
Once a month,
because on average, a movie takes 30 days to film.
Okay.
There's 30 days in a month.
Okay.
You can't be there once a month. You can maybe be there once every other month, in theory. But
if he is going to be apparently a major part of WrestleMania 29, he needs to be there a lot. He needs to. I'm sorry. He does.
And I think he'll be there more, but I just don't want everyone to get their hopes up that he's going to be a full-time...
I mean, yeah, at the end of the
or
day...
even, you know, a 20-hour-a-week part-timer,
right.
You know?
At the end of the day, he is a main event of this WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Except for after the Chamber, he has been back 3 times.
Okay.
The night of WrestleMania, his birthday, and the Survivor Series. Inexcusable for a main event of WrestleMania. Inexcusable. He's going to be a major part. Whatever role he plays next year. If he plays a minor role, a less significant role in the main event, then I'll have no problem with him being around less often.
Have you thought that maybe the offer was made to bring him in after he already had all these other obligations lined up? That maybe he truly was a last-minute bring-in for Mania this year, and they had to work around his free time?
Maybe.
Have you ever given that any kind of consideration?
No, because if you make somebody the main event, he needs to be around.
Okay, but if you've already got, you know, 360 days of your calendar booked up before you get this offer, and you've only got 5 free dates, and that's all you can do...
Then WWE should have made him the offer. That's WWE's fault as well.
Exactly.
It's WWE's fault as well as Dwayne's for taking it.
Don't put it on Dwayne when it's the WWE's fault.
Dwayne shouldn't have taken the offer if he knew he was going to be around. Sorry.
WWE said that we only need you for these many days, you know, whatever.
It's both their bad. They're both equally at fault.
Just trying to get a little of that load off of Dwayne.
I know. Trust me, he don't give a crap if I hate him or not.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yes.
I'm going to put you in the hot seat right now.
All right.
Where do we go for Mania? At this point in time, does Cena win, does Rock win? And why? We'll get more in depth into this when it comes time to the prediction show, but 3 weeks out.
Based on the promos from Monday night, John has to win. Has to. He sat there. While Rock was traipsing around town, making fun of... while Rock was traipsing around town, making fun of John at every turn, and, you know, using every, you know, colorful metaphor you could think of, John sat in the arena by himself, contemplating, talking to the people, to us through the camera, telling us how important this really was. More important than 12 World Championships. More important than Royal Rumbles. More important than...
Do you really believe that?
I believe it from the character.
Okay.
I believe it from the character. You know, and I think the character of John Cena has to defeat The Rock and win this most important match of his career. I do. So, John needs it more than The Rock does.
I will agree John needs it more than The Rock does, but at this point in time, I'm still going to say Rocky wins.
Okay.
Especially with everything that's floating around about potential Rock Cena 2 at SummerSlam, and knowing that he's already scheduled for Mania, could be potentially Rock Cena 3, the rubber match there.
True. Well, we'll see. If Rock Cena 2 does come to fruition, then, you know, we won't know about it until after Mania, so, you know, it'll be hard to predict. But we'll have to wait and see. I still go with John for now.
Okay. And I'm still going to go with Dwayne for right now, and we'll see if that changes come the prediction show.
Yes, because we've got about 2.5 weeks for that.
Until then.
But in the meantime, Daz will be back next week. We'll come up with something to talk about.
Make sure y'all are reading the book of the month.
Yes. I don't have it.
We don't have it handy. Adam Copeland on Edge.
Yes.
Whether it's the blue hardback copy, like I own,
Or the paperback like I got for a gift.
the red paperback.
The red paperback.
Go to your local library, check it out. Go to Amazon, eBay, a bookstore if you can still find one.
Right.
In this day and age. Download it to your Kindle.
There
That's
you go.
the hip thing right now.
That's right.
Download it to your Kindle and read it. Jeff has finished it
I'm
because
done.
he had nothing to do this past week.
I was at my parents' house in Santa Clarita. There's
I'm
nothing
getting
do
ready to
right
start
now.
chapter 9 because I was in the middle of another book when the first came and I didn't want to finish, just
Yeah.
put my other book to the side to start.
Yes.
Where are you guys at? Those that are doing it.
Let us know, please.
Post it in the comment box. What chapter are you on right now?
Please let us know.
Have you already finished it like Jeff did? Or did you start it late like me?
Or you in between.
Yeah. Let us know, folks.
And we will see you next time here on
Dads on Wrestling.